Will you marry me?
LGBT is an abbreviation that stands for lesbian, gay, bisexuals and transgender. It describes the distinct group of the gay culture. This initialism was popularized in 1990s and was regarded as the catch-all term for sexuality and gender identity. Based on the statistic above, we can see that there are more than 13 countries and territories have enacted national laws which already recognize LGBT by legalizing same-sex marriage. Same-sex marriage is the practice of two individuals with the same gender in legal or religious ceremony. It also refers to the recognition of same-sex relationships in the form of marriage or civil unions. Actually, this kind of marriage has been banned for quite a long period of time in the most of the countries in the world. However, it was started to be legalized in the beginning of 21st century. So now, we are going to discuss which country has recognized and do not recognize same-sex and transgender marriage.
For same-sex marriage in Malaysia, based on the statistics above, Malaysia has done most work for not to recognize the same-sex marriage. This shows that Malaysia will not accept and recognize the same-sex marriage even though many countries has legalized it. This matter also can be referred in based on Malaysia Penal Code 377A. Anyone who engage in sexual activity with another person by inserting their penis into their anus or mouth is considered to commit carnal intercourse which against the order of nature. In section 377B, at Penal Code state that punishment for this matter is imprisonment, which may extend to 20 years, and also whipping if she or he proven guilty. According in family law, section 69D of Law Reform Act states that marriage will take place after appointed date shall be void if the party is not respectively male and female. Therefore, any transgender marriage is not allowed and considered as a void marriage. According to our former Prime Minister, Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, Malaysia will not accept LGBT culture or same-sex marriage since it does not adhere to Western value. While Suhakam recommended on many human rights matters are respected by the government, said that some things are only meant for West. Even though they are accepted as human rights in the West, there are some things that we can simply accept it. This includes same-sex marriage and LGBT culture.
Section 377A of the Penal Code has been challenged and debated a lot since 2007 on the ground whether oversex between men and men should still continue to be considered as an offence in the modern times. On 29 November 2022, this section has been repealed in Singapore. K. Shanmugam mentioned that repealing was the right thing to do because it is not public concerns to justify consensual sex between men is a crime. On National Day rally, Lee Hsien Loong announced that this section will be revoked in Singapore. Both of them is among who those agree with this decision. Same-sex marriage is not allowed in Singapore. K. Shanmugam gave advice that there is significant risk when Section 377A is being struck down. By following the advice, government amend Article 156 in the Constitution of the Republic of Singapore. In Article 156 Clause 1, provide that the legislature have power to define the word marriage. This article mentioned that the Parliament has power to protect, control, encourage and promote the institution of marriage. In Article 156 Clause 3 and Clause 4 will protect the definition of marriage as a union between man and woman from being challenged by anyone on the grounds that this article will discriminate their rights. It is legal to be transgender in Singapore, but Singapore is not allowed to change gender on birth certificate. Based on Section 12 Clause 1 of Women's Charter 1961, if the marriage is between not respectively woman or man, the marriage will be void. This section purpose is to only allow heterosexual couple to get married.
Nanti nak duit beli, nak beli barang.
Boleh. Ambil.
Tadi duit pun ambil kad dah. Nakibah?
Same-sex marriage has been legal in United Kingdom, which is in England and Wales, in July 2013. United Kingdom has established Marriage Same-Sex Couple Act, where every gay and lesbian people can register their marriage. Regarding the divorcement of same-sex marriage, they cannot make a petition for a divorce under adultery where a gay husband has sexual intercourse with another man, but it is allowed if the gay husband has a sexual intercourse with a woman. There are various reactions, which is England Bishop has refused to support any priest who want to enter into a same-sex marriage, even though the law has changed. It is because in church, their teaching about marriage is only for a man with a woman and not otherwise. Meanwhile, there are several Anglican bishops who support and celebrate same-sex marriage. United Kingdom has established several laws to protect trans people community. There is an act called Gender Recognition Act 2004, which enable any person to obtain new birth certificate and get all rights just like any other person. It is including marriage rights. If they want to change their gender during marriage, they may apply for interim gender recognition certificate. If their partner is happy with it, they do not have to sign a statutory declaration. But if their partner is not happy with it, they may use the interim gender recognition certificate as a ground to annul their marriage. In the case of Goodwin and the United Kingdom, a claimant is a male who changed to female and claimed that her right as a woman has been violated. It is because she's still being treated as a man for national insurance contribution purposes, where she still make a payment even though a woman at her age would have stopped making the payment. A second claimant, also a male who changed to a female and claimed that she was unable to obtain work in her chosen profession without providing her gender certificate, which will reveal her gender history. It was held that the government's failure to alter birth certificate for trans person or to let them marry anyone was a breach on European Convention on Human Rights.
Okay, hi, good morning. My name is Shakira and her name is Sophie. So we are here to register our marriage. Okay, this is marriage certificate. Please write your name and sign it.
Now, both of you get one and one.
So, from our discussion, it can be concluded that the same-sex marriage can cause a lot of trouble. Moreover, the LGBT Association itself against Islamic principle in Malaysia. So, what are the solutions to prevent same-sex marriage from taking part in Malaysian law? Firstly, there should be an amendment in Law Reform Act 1976 providing that the party intends to enter into contract of marriage must not be from same gender. Otherwise, the marriage is invalid. Next, the movement that rejects LGBT must be recruited to spread awareness of bad impact if Malaysia approved the ideology of LGBT. Last but not least, I would love to highlight that Malaysia is a country that celebrates uniqueness and differences. But I won't let you think, shall we accept things that will cause harm towards people? Is it worth the sacrifices to living as desired?